What's going on, everyone? We're back with episode 3 of Blue Chips. I'm here with my co-host Azib. You ready to get started?
Let's go.
Honestly, we're gonna have to start off with the Chiefs versus Bills because that's what just happened yesterday. It was an okay game. It was pretty fun, but I think the rain kind of ruined it because if it wasn't raining, we probably would have seen more points, more big plays like Tyreek Hill and those guys. But what do you think about the game?
Honestly, this was kind of a statement game for the Chiefs and a statement loss for the Bills because this is back-to-back weeks where the Bills played two of the top teams in the AFC and they just didn't look that good. The offense wasn't clicking. Their defense just got ran completely over. They couldn't stop Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't know if this is going to be a consistent problem going forward because their defense has stopped running games from other teams. They slowed down Derrick Henry only had 57 yards or something 50-something yards. They slowed down.
But I'm pretty sure the backup Nichols, he had a couple runs in that game.
Stopping Henry though, still I think they feel like they did their job there. They didn't let Henry take over that game.
Yeah.
But then to let the Chiefs have 245 yards and 46 attempts, you're never going to win the game that much. The Chiefs had 38 minutes of possession time. The Bills only had 22. Your offense not on the field. Their offense has been carrying them this year. It hasn't been a good look for them the last 2 weeks.
I agree, but I have to say yesterday I was kind of impressed with the Bills, to be honest. They lost by 9 points to the Chiefs, and Josh Allen didn't even throw for 100 yards. Their MVP Josh Allen that they've been seeing all year, he didn't show up, and with him not showing up to still be that close to being the Chiefs, they had a chance. The score was 23-17.
Yeah.
And they had the ball with a chance to take the lead, and they just failed. So if their MVP quarterback, who was playing like MVP, shows up, I think they could win that game. So,
but you're saying if their MVP quarterback, this is back-to-back weeks against good teams that he hasn't looked good himself either. Even against Titans.
No,
he was bad.
I agree he didn't look good against the Chiefs, but against Titans, if you really dive into that game,
those picks were bad picks.
The first pick was not his fault.
The second one was really bad.
The second one was bad, but I think I don't know. Yeah, I can't defend it. That pick was horrible.
It was one of the worst picks I've seen all season.
He just gave him the ball, but he was still able to get the ball down the field. Sean McDermott, I've said on the show even before too that he's one of the best coaches in the NFL to me. I don't know what's going on with his defense. One of my pet peeves in the NFL is watching teams with a defensive coach struggle on defense. That's why I said Dan Quinn had to go. He was hired to be a defensive coach, and they can't play defense. That doesn't even make sense to me. And Sean McDermott, Bills over the last, he's been there 4 years now. Over the last 4 years, they've been known to play defense and run the ball. That's why they were winning with Tyrod Taylor as a game manager. Because he can run the offense, he can make plays on third down, and they were running the ball with whoever they had at running back. But now that you finally get an offense for the first time in Buffalo in since Jim Kelly, they have an offense, then the guys just stop playing defense? I just don't get it.
I don't know, it's weird. Josh Norman, they're missing that second corner. I don't know if Josh Norman's going to be ready to hold it down. And then, because their secondary is good. Tre'Davious White is a all-pro
top 3
level corner. Their safeties are solid. Jordan Poyer back there. I don't know what's wrong with that defense. The pieces are all there.
They even have Tremaine Edmonds, one of the best middle linebackers in the league.
It's defense, a lot of it's effort and just getting to the ball, tackling as a team. And I guess maybe that's what they're missing right now. Just the hunger, the fire. Their offense is finally doing good for the first time, so they really feel like, maybe take a break this year. But
no, that's what I think it is. I think, honestly, knowing that they don't have to show up every game and to win is kind of tricking them. Like they say, they be tricking them. The offense is tricking them because now that they finally have a good offense, like against Rams, the defense shit the bed, but they put up 35 points, the offense, so they still won the game.
That never happens before.
Even against Miami, they let Miami score 28, but the offense put up 31 points.
So far, the only time they looked good was Jets, and Jets put up 17 points. For the Jets, that's pretty good still. So, the defense got to be better.
So after watching the Chiefs players, do you still think they're the team to beat in the AFC?
No, that's okay. The AFC is clear cut right now.
I think the AFC is much better than the NFC.
Much better. It's so much more top heavy. Where the top heavy is really, really good teams. For me, everyone's gunning for the Chiefs. It's clear cut. They're the Super Bowl champions. They look like the best team because even though they haven't looked the best team all year, but the 2 games that they matter the most, the Ravens and the Bills, they dominated those games. They were the better team by far.
Dude, but they didn't really dominate the Bills.
They dominated the Ravens.
Yeah, they dominated the Ravens.
Right,
but my thing with the Chiefs is there's keys that could be taken to defeat the Chiefs. And the one key, their Achilles heel on that team right now to me is their run defense. Right now, the run defense ranks 30th in the league. The two teams that are gunning for the Chiefs, that's what they do. They run the ball. Tennessee, Derrick Henry, they're going to run the ball. Baltimore, we're going to run the ball, whether it be with Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards, J.K., or Lamar. I know, we just seen us, like people, the world just watched us get destroyed. They're probably thinking, like, what's wrong with this delusional Ravens fan? I get it. We had a bad showing, but I'm still picking us against the Chiefs. I won't say we're the team to beat because Chiefs are rightfully the reigning Super Bowl champions, but I think we're going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Or, I even wrote this down. I think Chiefs are going to lose to Tennessee or Baltimore whenever they see them. Whether it be in the divisional, whether it be in the AFC Championship game, it won't be in the Wildcard.
No, for sure.
Yeah. But I think they're going to lose to one of us.
So I agree to the sense that the Titans are very scary as well because on paper, they might be the most complete team because they have no weakness. I don't consider any part of their team from O-line, D-line, secondary, linebackers, receiving core.
Their left tackle just he's out for a year now, though. That sucks.
That will hurt. But overall, still, like their play action, like probably one of the, maybe arguably the best play action in the NFL right now. I think that's a really good team. And it's going to be, if Ravens can slow down Derrick Henry, which they didn't do last year, but I think the Ravens have that opportunity now with that defense with Calais Campbell
the run defense definitely has improved because we added Calais and Patrick Queen. Like last year we didn't really have a guy at the linebacker position who was actually gonna, like we had Patrick on one star for a couple games.
Yeah,
the LJ4 came, he did okay, but you didn't really know who was gonna stop the run in that front seven. But now with adding Patrick Queen, Calais, Malik Harrison, now LJ4 doesn't have to play every down. I think we're going to have a much better job stopping the run. And right now, our defense, we're giving up a lot of yards. Ravens, Baltimore, the defense is giving up a lot of yards, but we're number 2 in scoring defense, and we're number 2 on third down. And against the Chiefs, that's key. If you're watching Chiefs play this year, that's what's going on every game. Teams are forcing Chiefs in the third and long, but the problem is like teams aren't putting a contain on Mahomes.
He's running for a lot of first downs.
He's running for a lot of first downs on third down. And the thing about us, I think we have the speed to stop that.
Well, we can say that. People are probably going to be like, well, you didn't stop it last game.
Yeah, but you know, I would take the L in the regular season if it means we beat them in the playoffs.
100%. But now, like, the question right now, are the Steelers going to win the NFC or AFC North? Because Ravens and the Steelers, like, it's looking like the two-headed monster in the AFC North is back. Because these teams, they look pretty good right now.
I'm not 100% sold on the Steelers yet.
So that's what I was going to say. The Steelers, for me, there's only like 4 teams in the AFC, or let me count it, 5. Baltimore, Chiefs, Titans, Steelers, and Bills. The 5 teams. I think everyone else, like whoever gets into those wildcard spots, like you're not gonna be relevant.
What I will say, we're gonna talk about this soon, but this is like my second tier to AC teams. I like Colts, Cleveland, and Raiders. And one of those throughout the year, one of those teams maybe could elevate into the upper echelon, but we'll see. For now, though, I'll leave them there.
I'm gonna just cancel your point right there right now because Colts, Phil Rivers, Raiders, Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's good though.
Browns,
yeah, Baker
Mayfield.
I agree with Baker.
Those 3 QBs will not compete with those top tier teams.
Derek Carr just beat the Chiefs.
Divisional games are weird. Everyone knows that.
And he outdoed Drew Brees in New Orleans.
Divisional games are weird for the Chiefs. It's okay. He's not.
Yeah, but we won't talk about him for now. I agree. I agree with what you said, but to be honest, the Bills might have to get demoted. Back-to-back weeks with losses. I mean, like right now, it's looking like they can't hang with the big dogs. So they try to back-to-back with the big dogs.
They're like the tip of the tier right now. Like they're the guys just looking in because you have to give them the respect still because they still have looked pretty good. But I don't know. The AFC for sure is better than NFC right now.
So how about your predictions? Predict every division winner in the AFC and the teams you think are gonna make the wildcard game.
So for me, it's Ravens, Chiefs. Then it's the Ravens and Steelers is gonna be the hard one. Whoever it's their head-to-head. It's whoever wins the head-to-head battle. If they split it, then I think Ravens will take the division. But if Steelers win both somehow,
not happening.
Which I agree, it's not gonna happen. Then I think they will win it. But I'm pretty sure Ravens win that division, and then Titans and who's the last team?
Well, you said Titans,
Ravens, Chiefs, and it's a clear-cut one.
Patriots, Bills.
Oh, Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
Bills. Patriots aren't looking that good to me either anymore.
For my division winners, I have Ravens easily. I'm not Steelers trick y'all, man. They can't trick me. Steelers trick y'all. I have Chiefs winning the division. Then I have Titans. And then I have
Bills.
Bills. Yeah, I have Bills. But for my wildcard teams, I'm going to say mine first. Let me know who you got. In the wildcard, this might be shocking to people. Steelers are going to be a wildcard team. But I have the Raiders. And this is a surprise for some people. But I low-key have the Dolphins. Brian Flores, I don't know, man. Brian Flores is looking like the second coming of Belichick.
All right, so but are we going to talk about Dolphins? Dolphins are winning too much, so then they're bringing in Tua.
Yeah, no, but the thing with the Dolphins is like, even if they were winning with Ryan Fitzpatrick, it's not going to get them anywhere. And
so you think they're going to start Tua now and then get to the wild card?
Yeah, but they're bringing him off a bye, and after the bye they play
Rams.
Yeah, he's gonna handle that. I'm not even the biggest Tua fan, so I don't know how good Tua is yet. But I just believe in the whole roster. Miami has a good team, and to be honest, it was between Browns, Patriots, and Dolphins for me. But Patriots have a tough schedule, man.
They do. They have a number one seed schedule.
Yeah, they have the hardest schedule. So that's what made me not pick them. But I do think Patriots are better than the Dolphins. But just the schedule that made me not pick them. And then Browns, I just can't trust Baker Mayfield to lead you to the playoffs. So I have to go with the Dolphins.
See, I got two of the same. I got Steelers, obviously, because one of those teams, AFC North is going to have two teams for sure, no matter what. But then I think they're going to get three. I think the Browns are going to be one of those teams too, and I think the Colts are the other ones to sneak in because their defense is too good. No matter how bad Phillip Rivers is, and Phillip Rivers, you're bad, you're terrible. But your defense is saving you. And he's making a couple clutch plays, like to somehow beat the Bengals. But
to have to go, they were down
21-3
to the Bengals.
That's not going to work in the long run. But yeah, you guys might sneak into the playoffs.
You know what made me not pick Colts as a wildcard team? Because I was looking at the division. They're going to lose to Titans twice. Yeah. And they're going to, I can guarantee they're going to lose to Texans at least once. I don't know if they lose twice, but I can guarantee they lose to Texans at least once. And they already lost one to Jacksonville. So are you gonna make it going 3-3 in the division or potentially 2-4? That's my thing. So that's why I couldn't pick the Colts. But I feel bad for the Colts and Frank Wright, man, because you really have a top 5 defenses here, and you're letting some old quarterback waste it when you could have just signed Cam.
Top 5 O-line, solid receivers, solid running backs. One position is all they're missing.
That's it. It's just the quarterback.
And that guy sucks.
Even Jonathan Taylor's looking okay.
They lost Marlon Mack behind you as a solid running back too. So yeah, they're set everywhere. But
all right, so moving on to the NFC, we got a big matchup this weekend. It didn't live up to the hype, but it showed us a lot about one particular team. So let's talk about the Bucs Packers game. What do you think of that game?
So I think this is a interesting scenario where for me the Packers, this is a throwaway game. I don't think this negatively affects what I think on the Packers because they lost off their bye last week for some reason too. So maybe
last year, you mean?
Last year. Yeah. And maybe it's just something about the bye that it doesn't work out well for them. Maybe they overthink or something like that. But they lost that game because Aaron Rodgers threw almost back-to-back, basically 2 pick-sixes in a row. Because the second pick, they got to like the 5-yard.
The second pick was pick-6. That should still be a pick-6 stat.
Like it's like it got to like 5-yard line or something like that, maybe even closer to like 3-yard line. That's not happening. Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw picks. That's one thing that he just does. He'll throw the ball away, but he's not really throwing picks. And 2 pick-sixes back-to-back drives, that's not happening. They're up 10-0. They're controlling the flow of that game. And you know when you just get deflated, like you just lost that mojo? After those 2 picks, they just lost that mojo. And then Tay Adams, he just came back. That connection was a little rusty. They're going to be much better going forward. I don't think that's a reflection of what the Packers actually are.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. They were a 13-win team last year, and they got better.
They were the worst 13-3 team in NFL history.
But they got better. I feel like they're better this year. Like, Rodgers looks a lot better this year than he did last year, other than this game.
Yeah, he looked hurt. But, honestly, I'm about to drop a diss track on Aaron Rodgers, bro. Aaron Rodgers. You already know how I feel, Aaron. I'm a hater. You call me a hater, but to me, I'm an Aaron Rodgers truth teller. I'm tired of hearing Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback in NFL history because it's just a lie. I get it. He can throw the ball from multiple platforms at different arm angles with better velocity than Tom Brady, but in no world is Aaron Rodgers a better quarterback than Tom Brady. I don't care if he's the most talented quarterback you've ever seen play. No, it doesn't matter. There's more things to the quarterback position than having arm talent. Tom Brady's a better leader than him. He has winning intangibles. Aaron Rodgers will have a running back right in front of him for a 5-yard check down to get the first down, and he will throw it deep to Allen Lazard. What's the point? Is that winning football? Answer me. Is that winning football? Is that winning recipe?
You gotta move the chains.
But you guys make fun of Tom Brady because he's moving the chains. You guys call him check down Tom because he's moving the chains. Aaron Rodgers throughout his career, when trailing at any point, is below 500 in games. Tom Brady has a 600 win percentage. From all the quarterbacks currently in the MVP race, Aaron Rodgers is the only quarterback below 500 when trailing in games. He's overrated. I'm sorry, he's overrated. And the fact that NBC and all these networks, every time Brady and Rodgers play, they try to make it like a GOAT versus GOAT battle of the GOATs. What are we doing here? Like, have some respect. Like, he hasn't even had a better career than Drew Brees.
Nah,
I don't even get it, bro. Russell Wilson's better than him.
He probably is.
And Russell Wilson's more talented than him too. That's the crazy part. But they call it, for some reason, it's like 10 years ago someone said, "Hey, this is the most talented quarterback I've ever seen," and everyone just rolled with it. You're telling me with a straight face, Aaron Rodgers has more talent than Russell Wilson?
No, I hate the argument about talent. Like, he's the most talented person we've ever seen, because Terrence, like, if we're gonna bring like a basketball comparison, Terrence Ross might be one of the most talented basketball players I've ever seen. He can shoot, he can dribble, he's athletic.
Why does it matter?
It doesn't matter. It's what you do.
Exactly.
You gotta win games. He has won a Super Bowl. So you're gonna compare him to a GOAT, a guy with 6 Super Bowls to 1, and put them on the same platform. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's the 2 MVPs that he got, and the 1 year he had 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I think that's what's getting people. But yo, there's a reason why he doesn't throw that many interceptions. Because he throws the ball away. He's led the league in throwaways since he's been in the league. He gives up on plays early. That's why they lose.
People consider that a good thing though, but for me, that means you're not trying to make the extra play. That means you're playing it safe and just being scared. Like, you're just gonna be like,
I'm the biggest LeBron fan. His jersey's right there for a reason. But yo, the only person that rivals Aaron Rodgers in terms of front running is LeBron and Stephen Curry. Those are the 3 biggest front runners in sports. When Packers are winning and everything's going good, Aaron Rodgers all here with it, doing the championship belt. You see yesterday when they went up to 10-0, he's doing the Keel and Peele from the Keel and Peele show, the 3 humps. What is wrong with dude, bro? Dude's weird, bro. I don't know.
Yo, he never kept that same energy.
He didn't keep the same energy. Then after he throws his 2 pick sixes, he's there, he's gunshot looking to. Did you see the throw he missed to Mercedes Lewis? That would have put them back in the game. That was a touchdown.
Yeah, not a touchdown. Mercedes Lewis can't run, but
you know, like, that would put them back in the game.
It would have changed the momentum back to like where it's a competitive game. But I'm gonna say this now, like, Tampa's good, and Tom Brady is not washed, and that defense is legit.
Top 5 to me easily.
Best linebacking duo in the NFL: Devin White, Levante David. Devin White is a stud. This guy might be an All-Pro player in his 2nd year. He just does everything. He just it's like every play he's at the ball. Somehow, like, he's just there.
Bro, at some point, people want Brady and Tampa to be bad so bad. But at some point, you have to stop lying. They have. I don't know if they're gonna win the NFC. They are my pick to go to the Super Bowl, but it's really close between them and Seattle for me. But at some point, we have to be honest about what we're watching in Tampa. They have the best roster in the NFC.
Roster is close.
In terms of, if we're just talking about in the NFC,
yeah,
they have a top 5 quarterback. If we're talking about NFC, they have a top 5 running back core. They might not have a top 5 running back, but with Fournette, Ronald Jones, LaShawn McCoy, and Keyshawn Vaughn, that's top 5. They have the best receiving core in the NFC.
Yeah.
They have a top 5 O-line in the NFC. Their interior O-linemen with Ali Marpet, Donovan Smith, he's their left tackle. That's a top 10 O-line. On the defense, they have the best D-line in the NFC. Maybe Chicago, maybe New Orleans can say something about that. But Vita Vea just got hurt, so that does ruin it. But they went and traded for Steve McClendon from New York. He's been a serviceable D tackle for like 10 years. You have JPP, Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea if he didn't get hurt. You have Ndamukong Suh. Then you have, like you said, Levante David, Devin White. Then in the secondary, a lot of people don't know him because they're not mainstream names yet. Antoine Winfield Jr. has been a top 5 strong safety so far in the league this year.
Probably. He's everywhere.
Then you have Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy Bunting. Then you see Jamil Dean get a pick 6 yesterday. This team is stacked. To me, if we're talking about the NFC, because right now we're about to talk about the NFC, who we're predicting. I'm going to start off and tell you what I'm predicting the NFC. I have the NFC Championship game being Tampa versus Seattle. I would say Seattle probably gets the 1 seed because they start off 5-0. And there's like they don't have to go through any rough patches. Pete Carroll, and Russell Wilson have been together for like 10 years, so they know how to win over there.
There's no learning humps there, yeah.
So my NFC Championship game is Tampa going to Seattle. It's gonna be tough for Brady to win that, but we'll see what happens. And in terms of the division winners, I have Tampa, Seattle, Green Bay, and Philly. I don't even want to pick Green Bay to win the division. Honestly, like I honestly want to pick Chicago because I'm a Nick Foles fan. But I should just pick them, honestly. Like I don't know why I'm being scared. I'm switching it. I literally wrote down you have Green Bay winning division. I'm switching it. I have the Bears winning division. And I'm going to give Green Bay still to make playoffs, though. I'm going to give them the wildcard spot. So for my wildcard teams, I'm going to have Green Bay. I didn't want to say this, but New Orleans, I'll be honest, they're going to win. They're going to make the playoffs.
Obviously.
New Orleans, and the last spot was tough. It was between Rams or Cardinals. Because I think for sure the NFC West is going to have two teams. I honestly, like, I just closed my eyes and picked. I just picked the Rams. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, it might be Cardinals. I don't know. How about you?
For me, like the division winners are mostly the same. They're pretty obvious, I'd say. Actually, no, it's kind of different now. You change it up a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all, he's lying. Like he thinks Green Bay's gonna win the division. Like it's just pure hate right now. Like he's lying.
I have Chicago in the division.
Like,
who's leading right now?
Okay, Chicago, but like you literally just said that you wrote it down. You're just changing your mind because you're more passionate right now. Like you're feeling it. It's okay.
No.
I'm not. It's okay.
The same team that just destroyed Green Bay, did Chicago not beat them?
Okay, but does Chicago look that great?
I mean, yo, I rather, like Nick Foles said, I'd rather get some ugly wins than some pretty losses. That's what they keep doing over there.
All right, so I'll tell you my division winners. Seahawks, pretty obvious, are coming out west. I got Packers up north. For me, I got the Saints out south. The fact that they got that one division win already over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is really a big factor in my opinion.
But they play in 2 weeks though, so Tampa needs to get that.
So,
right?
Yeah, they need to win that game, and but even if they lose, Saints already got that one win, so that just has them like a slight edge above them in my opinion. And then I don't even want to say someone from the East because that does not deserve to play.
You see how I didn't even get go into depth? I just said Philly.
Eagles, they don't deserve to be talked about. But in my wildcard teams, it was the same thing. I got Bears, and then West is gonna be tough. I want to see Cardinals because I think the upside for the Cardinals is really high. Where that defense, they've been pretty solid all year round.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
Chandler Jones, if they had Chandler Jones, they got to feel a lot more confident. But losing him hurt a lot.
I don't know if it's just Cowboys are terrible, which is true. But yo, the pass rush was there yesterday without Chandler Jones. But it might just be a product because Cowboys are terrible.
I really think it's the product Cowboys are terrible because the Cowboys just suck. I don't even know. There's nothing to say about that team. But Kyler Murray, if he can get a little bit better on his shorter, his medium range throws,
intermediate passing game.
He's missing throws right now, and it's like he's throwing the ball really hard, and sometimes it just goes down. He's pointing down, he's releasing the ball late, or he's releasing it too early and it skyrockets above the receiver. He missed Larry Fitzgerald wide open in the corner for a 15-yard touchdown.
He's really struggling with his passing right now.
He is struggling. He won a game with 9 completions. And it looked like he kind of balled out, so it's just weird.
Yeah, because he's still running the run. The difference between Kyler Murray and guys like Haskins, Daniel Jones, and all those other guys who are kind of shaking it, is Kyler Murray is being a special athlete right now.
Very special.
So even though he's not completing these passes, when Haskins and Daniel Jones are, Daniel Jones can run a little bit, but someone like Haskins, when he's not completing throws, he's useless. If I'm being honest, when he's just gonna hand off the ball, Kyler Murray can move outside the pocket, make throws in the run. You could run. You call it designed run plays for him. So that's the difference.
See, Lamar and Kyler, they're probably the 2 best running quarterbacks in the league right now.
Yeah. Lamar
runs with a lot more finesse. Kyler runs hard. His thighs are thick. This guy arm tackles, he'll just run right through them.
He goes. That's how his feet go. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy.
It's probably with the toughest quarterback to bring down I think I've seen in recent history.
And he never gets hit.
And he's the best slider in the NFL. He's a baseball star. And his slide just smooth. He's not taking hits. I think this will last. And his throwing just going to get better. So I really think throughout the season, his throwing will get better. And I think the Arizona will somehow sneak in. And then what's that, one more team? So
Tampa.
Obviously the Tampa are Saints. So probably Tampa for the last wildcard spot.
All right, so we pretty much have. So the only difference is that I had Rams and you had Cardinals.
Yeah.
All right, now switching gears to the NBA. As you guys know, Lakers won the championship. I don't even want to talk about that because I'm a Celtics fan. So I just want to go straight ahead and talk about next year, the NBA, the 2021 NBA season. My first question to you, because everyone thinks just because Kyrie and KD are coming back, the Nets are going to somehow just win the East guaranteed, and they hired Steve Nash as a coach. I don't personally think that. I'm pretty sure he thinks that. So what's your thoughts on the Nets?
Okay, no, I'm not saying that I think they are automatically going to win. But for me, their roster is definitely the most talented.
Debatable.
Okay, relax. But KD and Kyrie, for sure, duo-wise, compared to all the top teams in the East, the highest powered duo. And it's a lot like this what Clippers did last year, or like this last season.
And look how that ended.
So let me finish. I think this Nets team has all the pieces. I don't see, maybe like their center is a little weak if they play DeAndre Jordan a lot. Like I think Jared Allen is a better center. If he is like the crunch time center, like playing all the minutes, it should be good. But they can't come in with the mindset that they're top dog. They have to be hungry. Clippers, that was their mistake. They came in with the mindset because Kawhi won the championship, but they acted like the Clippers won the championship. When Patrick Beverley said, Steph, your time is over, it's our time now, like that kind of stuff.
It's the old saying, it's easier to be the hunter than the hunted.
Exactly. Nets have to come with the mindset to be the hunter because everyone expects them to be great. But if they come with the mindset, yeah, like we're chilling. When we get to the playoffs, like KD's going to turn up, Kyrie's going to turn up, like NBA champions, both guys, like we're the clutchest players in the final moments of games, closing out games. Like we have two guys that can close out the game. Like we don't even know who's going to go like get the ball in the end. They can't come with that mindset. It's kind of like KD's got to be like, I want like a regular season MVP this year, like kind of tip. Like Kyrie's got to be like, nah, I'm better than KD kind of tip. And they just got to ball out and come aggressive. And then I think they can be the best team in the NBA.
Me, honestly, I'm not going to drop an ether on the Nets like I did for the Clippers. But I have my thoughts. Like, if you guys don't know, I'm a big Kyrie Irving fan. Like, he's probably one of my favorite players. Other than players that don't play for the Boston Celtics, him and LeBron are my favorite players. But I just don't see it with this Nets roster currently constructed. I think they have to make a move, man, because they're giving me a lot of 2020 Clippers vibes, honestly. Like, the roster's just not. It's not. They have a lot of talent. I agree with that. You're right. They probably do have the most talent in the East. But I don't know if it's the right talent to win a championship with.
I'm telling you, Karis LeVert or Spencer Dinwiddie, one of them would probably get traded.
Yeah, because that's why I feel like
logically it doesn't keep sense to have both of them.
And if I had to trade one, I'd probably trade LeVert because he's younger, probably has more value. Whereas Dinwiddie's used to that bench role, so you can come off your bench. He can spell your minutes when Kyrie is not playing, and if Kyrie gets hurt, you're not really losing that much production at the point guard spot. And they also have Chioza, who played well in the bubble, who played well at the end of the season. So if Kyrie, say if Kyrie does get hurt, you have Dinwiddie starting, then Chioza will just put on the bench minutes, and that's not big of a fall off. I think you need a defensive ace in that starting lineup, and that's where I think Karis LeVert getting traded happens. Because currently constructed, Joe Harris is even a free agent. I don't know if they're bringing him back, but let's just assuming they bring him back.
There's a high chance they lose him.
But yeah, so let's say if they bring him back, they'd probably trot out with the lineup of Kyrie, LeVert, Joe Harris, KD, and then DeAndre and Jared Allen. Is there one guy there who's playing defense? Like, honestly, KD, I'm going to say play defense, but you can't expect that from him coming off an Achilles injury.
That was a system defense too, like where everything really worked out, where everyone helped each other very well. So I don't think Brooklyn can do that. And he was
playing great on the weak side defending. Yeah. So like, and that's my thing with Brooklyn. There's not one guy that plays perimeter defense on that lineup. So I feel like you need to go out.
They have Wilson Chandler.
Bro, that's like the corpse of Wilson Chandler. He's done out here, bro. Come on. But when I look at other teams in the East is not easy. The East is hard. You're gonna see my picks come out of the East. Not even just seeing us as a biased fan. Even if I wasn't a fan of the Celtics, I had the Celtics come out of the East. Their two best players are young and they're coming. They're coming. I have Tatum finishing top 3 in MVP next year. Top 3 MVP voting. I have Nets in the East Conference Finals against Celtics, but I honestly think I think Nets are gonna lose to the Celtics in the East Conference Finals as of now. If they make moves to make the roster a little better, I would pick the Nets. And also, there's also the Kyrie X factor. You don't know what Kyrie you're getting off the court. And what he does off the court directly impacts how he's playing on the court. So
I really think Steve Nash can help there. I feel like Steve Nash it's kind of just being a gut feeling, but like he did work in Golden State where he was like a player personnel there.
Yeah, he's like I don't know
whatever the role was called officially, but like he was part of their personnel for that staff. And he worked with KD. And obviously Kyrie and him probably had to have a conversation before that move was made.
He has a great relationship with KD.
Really good one. Like they work together, right? Yeah. So, and he's very respected, and I'm pretty sure he's someone that Kyrie respects and can learn from. So I think that relationship there, like depending on how it goes, can really affect how Kyrie is off the court. And Nash was also like had a relationship with Kobe. Like they had a lot of battles with their days. Like really like a lot of respect between them as well.
See, my thing is, I would have agreed with you about the Steve Nash point if I didn't listen to Kyrie on Kevin Durant's podcast. Bro, how are you going to come out and say, honestly, I don't think we have a coach. I think it's a collective effort to coach the team. He said some nights I'll coach, sometimes Kevin will coach, sometimes Steve will coach, and sometimes Jock Vaughn will coach.
He hasn't experienced it yet, though. That's like he's just saying stuff right now. They haven't really worked together in that kind of sense yet.
I just don't get how you could say that. That's what's crazy to me. But and like that's and like people might call me crazy for this or might call me disrespectful to KD. But 30, well, I think he's gonna be 32 starting next year or even 33. 32-year-old Kevin Durant coming off an Achilles injury. I think Jason Tatum's gonna be just as good as him or if not better. Like you could call me biased. Jason Tatum's coming off averaging 26, 10, and 5 in the playoffs.
Jason Tatum was 7 feet. I'll understand you saying that, but
he's 6'10".
No, it's not. It's not KD length and KD height.
Yo, he's 6'10", man. But that's honestly where I stand on the East right now. I have the Celtics coming out, and even if the Nets see someone like Milwaukee, because Milwaukee, I even have it here. Milwaukee and Philadelphia, they need to make a move. If they just come back with the same rosters, they're not coming out the East. So and then I can't even forget about Miami and Toronto. So it's not gonna be easy.
I stand in the same point with you where I have a Nets and Celtics as the conference final. And actually, depending on standings, I don't think Nets are going to be a regular season great team. So
you think that might happen before?
Yeah, so like it could happen before, and I think Nets do come out on top. And I think they're going to go to the finals. I'm just going to ride with KD as the best player in the NBA. I hope if he's the best player in the NBA like he was before his Achilles injury, then I think Nets go to the finals. If he isn't, then my pick might change. But I'm a ride if they're going out of the finals right now. But like you said, if the Bucs don't make another move, bring in CP3 or something like that, might as well just trade Giannis.
Do you think that's the move to make, though? Do you think that's a good move? Try getting CP3?
I don't know what else is out there that can really make that difference and you can actually achieve it. For me, CP3 would probably want to come to Milwaukee too, where I know he doesn't think he can win a ring in OKC, but if he wins a ring he can win a ring. He's still talented.
He definitely thinks if he was in Milwaukee, they could win a ring. So he's playing way out. That'll be the best player he's ever played with.
Probably. And then James Harden, whoever you agree. James Harden's best player. Yeah. But CP3, would they be able to keep Middleton? Probably. Yeah, right. So CP3, Middleton, and Giannis. That's a dangerous core.
The Packers would probably be like Dante, a bunch of contract fillers, and then like a bunch of picks.
Yeah. So I really think they got to do something like along those lines, because if they don't, I don't see them going anywhere like farther than they've already had these last 2 seasons. If they don't make a move, and if you just let Giannis walk after that, because if they don't do it, like if they don't go to the finals, Giannis is for sure gone. Yeah. And if you just let Giannis walk after that, that's like the biggest L in like NBA history. Like you have
honestly though, a lot of people say that, but when you have a guy as good as Giannis, you just can't trade them. Because you always have a chance to win a title. So I'm not trading Giannis. I'm gonna take my shot at the title, and if we fail, then so be it.
But if you fail, then like, what if Pelicans didn't trade Anthony Davis? Like,
yeah, then I hear that, but
you knew he was walking. Like, I think Giannis should give them the thing where it's like, if we don't get this far, I'm leaving.
But it's like what if Miami had thought, we might lose LeBron, let's trade him early, or like Cleveland, we're gonna lose LeBron, let's trade him early. That's 2 trips to the finals that you wouldn't have got. And it's like with Kevin Durant. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, they have to make the move though to like.
Yeah, you need to make the move so you gave all you could.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they don't make the move, then it's just weird because you guys know you're not good enough because other teams are getting better.
No, I agree with that. If their plan is they're just gonna run it back and we're gonna work harder, yeah, I agree. Just trade them then because you're lying to yourself.
100%.
The definition of science is doing the same thing, expecting different result. But something I heard Zach Lowe say on the Woj's podcast that I watched earlier, and he said the team to watch out for is Milwaukee trying to trade for Oladipo because you heard Oladipo requested a trade.
Yeah, Oladipo wants out.
And that's a big wild card because it could be a failure where they trade for Oladipo and he just never gets healthy again and like you ruin the franchise because Giannis is gonna leave. You're stuck with Oladipo being hurt.
Whatever you give assets
for him. But if that works and they somehow I'm pretty sure they wouldn't trade Middleton or Oladipo, so they would probably keep Middleton. Then you have Middleton, Oladipo, and Giannis. I don't know how you beat that because Oladipo when he's healthy, we made all defensive second team. That's 3 good defensive players. They honestly wouldn't lose in the East. I'm the Celtics fan, but I don't know how we would beat that. How would we beat that?
It really depends on how what version of Oladipo you get.
If they get 2018 Oladipo, his All-Star season in Indiana,
that's scary.
They would win the East.
They'll probably win the championship.
Yeah, they probably win the championship, and that's why Zach Lowe brought that up, and that was interesting to me because I agree. And then there's other teams like Philadelphia, whereas like. I don't know what I do. The move that I think is the most attainable that I think they need to do is go get Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
There's obviously other players out there that you could get, but I just feel like that's the perfect one. Because Sacramento doesn't feel like that's a good contract. It seems like they're regretting that contract because he's coming off the bench for them. So I don't like. Obviously, no one wants Al Horford, but if you attach a bunch of assets to Al Horford, Sacramento might bet on that.
Like they might. Yeah. Thibault's worth it.
Thibault, whatever picks you got.
Yeah. No,
maybe who else? Zaire Smith. I know he hasn't played yet. Like Shake Milton. Like just something. Maybe Sacramento has the worst front office in the league. They'll probably take like they'd probably give you De'Aaron Fox for like Al Horford. Who knows?
Yeah. So like no like it's like when I look at the East, it's pretty balanced overall now. Like there's like. Gotta talk about Miami. Like if Bam and Tyler Hero get better, it's like it feels weird. But like,
isn't it funny that Miami just went to the finals? We didn't mention it for a whole 8 minutes almost.
It's like if Miami gets better with their young players just growing, and like Duncan Robinson, like he's getting better too a little bit. We don't know what they can do. I don't think they'll be that as good in the regular season. Still, my breakdown is I have Bucs, Celtics, Raps 3rd seed, Nets 4th seed, Miami 5th, Philly 6th, Pacers 7th, and Wizards at the 8th seed. John Wall back, Bradley Beal, you know, that could be a little bit fun. They're 9th seed this year. Orlando is probably not getting better, so I think Jonathan Isaac will be back, but I do think Wizards can steal that 8th seed.
I have the exact same order, like literally the exact same. Because you know how Milwaukee gets, like no one's trying to build walls in the regular season and stop.
Yeah, they don't care. Why putting your body out there to stop them?
Yeah, so they're just gonna go get the 1 seed. Because I have Miami taking a step back too, honestly. Because honestly, Miami, I respect they're running the bubble. But when these guys gotta travel, and now, like I said, the hungry dog runs faster. Miami is technically the team to beat in the East.
They're not hungry no more.
So we're gonna see how Jimmy plays now. Like now, Jimmy is gonna get that superstar credit, superstar praise, and that comes with expectations. So let's see how he handles that. So I have Miami taking a step back, even though they do have young players like Duncan Robinson, Bam, Tahiro, who should be getting better. Their Jay Crowder's a free agent, Dragic's a free agent. Iggy's old, like, and he's just old, and then Olynyk. I don't think he's free agent. But yeah, with all that going on, I just don't know how it's gonna work. So I have Miami.
There's gonna be a lot of moving pieces there. So it's like the question marks arise in moving pieces. But then there's like other free agents now that we gotta talk about too. It's like where does Fred VanVleet go? Like that changes the Raptors' outlook a lot too, because like. That changes. We gotta look at where Fred VanVleet goes because that changes the Raptors' outlook too. Like, do they get that 3rd seed if VanVleet's there? So, for me, I don't think he's staying in the Raptors.
You don't think so?
He's gonna want to get paid. Like like that's his whole like brand a little bit too. You know, bet on yourself, right? So he's gonna want his money. I don't think Raptors can. 4 years, 80 mil is like looking like the starting point almost.
That is like kind of
that is his contract.
It would be a steal to get him on a 4-year 60 million a year. That would be like the perfect VanVleet contract where you'd be
That's what you need. I feel like when you give guys like VanVleet a 4-year 80 million, you get stuck later on in the future. Yeah. Because I don't see him getting much better. I think he is what he is.
See, but then there's the gamble, whereas you sign some 4-year 80, and this guy really does end up becoming your franchise point guard like Larry is. And then you have him on a steal of a contract. And those are the type of deals that help you win championships when you're underpaying guys.
If you think he becomes an all-star caliber player, then I say you can go for it.
Yeah, then you do that.
Me personally, I don't see him becoming an all-star caliber player. I think he's a suitor for that role to hit big shots, that occasional game where he drops 25, fitting around 14, 15 in a game, like where he averages 18. I think that's what he averages here. So I think the Knicks will pay him. I think the Knicks and he might be like, all right, go to New York, get my name out there, become famous, get paid. I think he might be about it.
For me, if for Toronto, if Toronto doesn't pay him, I have honestly, I have him going to Phoenix. I think that's perfect.
Phoenix will be fun. If he can get cause he can win a little bit of games there too. So
they can make the playoffs with him.
That'll be really fun. Give Devin Booker some help. I'll be really happy with that.
Yeah, and then there's other free deals so I got a Galinari.
See, now Galinari is an interesting one for me too because I think Galinari.
And Dragic. Let's just put them together. Galinari and Dragic.
If Raptors lose Fred, I want them to go get Galinari because I think you can get him on those 1-year deal or even like a 2-year deal.
You don't want to sign Galinari to anything that compromises your cap space for 2021.
Exactly. So I think you can get him on a 1-year deal with team option maybe too, and he can close games for the Raptors. Like if Siakam's on,
he can help close.
He can help close, but like Raptors still have guys like like Siakam will obviously be the guy you still want to go to. Hopefully he can close games a little bit better this year.
Well, you guys heard it here first. I think Siakam bounces back. I'm not the biggest fan of his game, but he looks like a guy who works hard, so I think he's going to bounce back.
He's improved so much every year that, like, if he doesn't bounce back, it'll be a little weird. Yeah. But I think he's going to bounce back, too. And I think if you add a guy like Galinari beside him who can spread the floor, Then you have OG, who's already like an elite defender.
OG, my guy.
You have elite defenders. You add an elite shooter, a guy who can score all 3 levels, who can play at his own pace. I think he will really help that team. And if, like, we might lose Ibaka too. Like, Gasol is gone already, so there's gonna be a lot of money to be spent.
Yeah. And then I think that's about like the only relevant. Well, there's guys like Hayward and DeMar who could opt out and become free agents.
Montrezl Harrell. I think Montrezl Harrell is probably the most overrated free agent of the season right now.
He's terrible, bro. Honestly, like, Dragic. Yo, I know it's not happening, but if somehow Dragic could end up on Celtics bench, I just.
Just relax.
He's gonna stay in Miami though.
No, he's staying in Miami.
They're gonna like pay him under the table. Pat Riley, I know your tricks, man. You're like he's gonna end up signing for like 2 years, 18 million. You're gonna be like, what Dragic you're worth that?
You're gonna see like an endorsement deal with like some random company that Dragic's getting paid.
And then like in 2021, you're gonna see Miami with like Dragic, Giannis, Beal, all these guys. You'll be like, how do they fit under the cap, bro? They're gonna be paying guys under the table, bro. That's how. You already know Pat Riley's tricks. But yeah, that's enough for the NBA for now. We'll probably get more into it next week. Now, moving on to my favorite segment of this show always, because this is when I make you guys money. This is when I make myself money. This is where all the locks happen. So we're gonna start off with, we're just gonna predict the spread on every game. So this is a new thing we're gonna do. We're gonna predict the spread on every game, and then we're gonna track it. So we're gonna have our win percentage against the spread, me and Az for the rest of the season. So this week coming up was week 7.
Week 7.
So week 7 to week 17, we're gonna be tracking it. I'm gonna go through every game. So let's get started. And then after that, we'll give you our favorite picks. All right, we're going to start off with San Francisco as a 1-point favorite in New England. Oh, this is on some book. Oh, this is on a 1 book. So San Francisco, actually New England has a 2.5 favorite over San Francisco. Who you got?
I got 49ers. 49ers, I think they had a good game against the Rams. They're feeling themselves a little bit. And I don't trust the offense in New England.
Me, honestly, I got Patriots winning that game. It's one of my favorite picks of the week, actually. So I'm going to take the Patriots at home. I think they bounce back. Belichick doesn't tend to lose back-to-back. I know Brady's not there anymore, but I still think they get it done. Now we got Jacksonville traveling to Los Angeles off a bye against the Chargers. Chargers are a 7-point favorite to 7.5 on most books. I'm going to take... Man, I don't want to lay the 7 with the Chargers, but Jacksonville's awful, man. They didn't look that bad before, but you're starting to see how much they actually suck. So I'm going to just lay the 7 with the Chargers off a bye.
I'm going with Chargers off the bye too, and like this is their game after that meltdown in New Orleans, right? Like the field goal kicks, whatever that was at the bat.
I don't even know if Keenan Allen's playing, but honestly, I don't even care. I'm still taking Chargers.
I'm taking Chargers -7.
All right, this is the Monday night game. I mean the Sunday night game. This is a big game where you have Tampa traveling to Las Vegas to versus the Raiders off a bye. Yeah, right now that Vegas has Tampa as a 3-point favorite. Yo, I promise you, I think Raiders are winning. And I'm a big Tom Brady fan, Tampa fan. But for this show, and honestly, I'm picking Tampa. I'm blindly picking Tampa. I think Raiders are winning, but I can't do it. I'm blindly picking Tampa.
It doesn't feel right to choose Raiders. Like it's something like I was thinking about it too, because Raiders beat Chiefs, and I was like,
and they beat New Orleans. They keep beating teams that you don't think they're
supposed to lose to. But like, yeah, I got to go with Tampa too. It doesn't feel right. Like something in my heart is telling me like, nah, you just can't choose Raiders. Tampa's gonna cover.
All right, for the 1 o'clock games, we got Dallas traveling to Washington to versus the Washington football team. They have Dallas as a
1 favorite.
Yeah, 1-point favorite. I'm gonna take the Redskins.
I'm taking Cowboys. Cowboys just because the offense has weapons, and then Redskins, I don't like that offense at all.
Yeah, Redskins are pretty bad, so I'm gonna take the Redskins. Then we got probably the game of the week. 2 undefeated teams facing off. One team has to win, one team has to lose. They have the Pittsburgh as a 2-point favorite. I'm gonna take the Titans at home.
I think the Titans are the best team in the league, and they're gonna give them plus points. Like I have to take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Titans at home. Honestly, I think Pittsburgh hasn't met a real offense yet that can make their secondary work. I think Tannehill can do that, so that's why I'm gonna take that.
Trust me, you're gonna hear me talk about Titans a little bit after too.
And then we got Seattle off a bye traveling to Arizona as a 3-point favorite. This might be my favorite pick of the week. You're getting Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll only as a 3-point favorite off a bye versus Cardinals. Kyler Murray can't even throw. You can't even throw. I'm locking in Seattle -3.
I'm telling you, Cardinals versus Seahawks games are usually some of the weirdest games, like for any divisional games like that I see.
That is true. I agree.
Like some weird overtime games where like people just can't score for some reason, or like a lot of fumbles, a lot of turnover kind of games. I think Cardinals just pull it off. I think that Cowboys game gave them a little bit of different mojo. They're gonna come hungry, and they know this is gonna be a statement game for them because they lost some weird games against the Lions, And then who's the other team they lost to? It was a little weird.
Who, the Cardinals?
Yeah, they lost to
Panthers.
Panthers and Lions. I think this is their game that they say, no, we're legit. We're a good team. I think they're going to cover.
Now we got Kansas City traveling to Broncos as a 10-point favorite. Honestly, I probably would have picked Broncos plus 10 before the Bills game, but now that Kansas City can run the ball, Broncos aren't going to be able to stop them. I'll just take Kansas City minus 10.
I'm taking Broncos plus 9.5 because Kansas City has looked good against the top teams, but like they're kind of playing down their competition against the other teams.
Yeah, that's true.
And divisional games are always close.
Went to overtime with the
Chiefs.
with
Chargers. Right? So
lost to the Raiders.
Divisional games are close,
Yeah.
and this is another divisional game. 9 points for a divisional game, that's too much for me.
I think the reason why I'm going to just take the Chiefs minus 9.5, minus 10 is because honestly, I think the loss to the Raiders probably woke them up. Hopefully so. I'm just
We'll see.
Now we got Carolina traveling to New Orleans as a 7.5 point underdog. I'm gonna take Panthers plus 7.5. I have Saints winning though. I have
Saints winning too, but I have them losing by like 5, because it's the same thing. I can't give a divisional game a 7.5 spread, especially when the Panthers haven't looked bad. Like they're pretty good.
Yeah,
they're a solid team. So yeah, I can't give them 7.5 points.
This is another one of my locks of the week. Green Bay traveling to Houston off that terrible loss.
Green Bay
has a 3-point favorite.
They're
I'm taking
covering
the
that.
Packers.
Texans about to get slaughtered.
Before this line's gonna move up. I promise you that. So you guys need to lock that in early because I think it's
like
up to
minus
4.5.
5. I think minus 5.
So you guys should lock that in early. This is another bet. Honestly, whoever the Jets are playing, just bet on the other team. So if Buffalo's going to New York as a 13-point favorite, this might go all the way up to like 15. I'm locking in the Buffalo minus 13.
I'm telling you, if Miami was a minus 7 and then they covered that easily,
24-0, they didn't even score, man.
Bills are running up a minus 13. Like, yeah, that spread might move it to minus 16. I think you got to put all the money on Bills.
This game was really tough for me to pick because this is two teams who should be better than they are. So you have Detroit traveling to Atlanta as a 2.5 point underdog. I'm gonna take the Falcons. Honestly, I hate doing that, but I'm just gonna take the Falcons. Like,
I think the Vikings underperformed and the Falcons overperformed last week. I don't trust them to do it back-to-back weeks. I gotta go with the Lions.
So you gotta go with the Lions.
Lions 2.5.
Then last game of the week, 1:00 game, the Battle of Ohio. You have Cleveland traveling to Cincinnati as a 3-point favorite. I know you're going to take Cleveland, so you know what? I could see this happening. I'm going to take the Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals plus 3.
You're just going to ruin your record for going against me directly like that. But Browns are covering. They had a bad loss this week. They're going to come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take the Bengals plus 3, to be honest. Now, this is our favorite. We're going to call this the Fab 5. We're going to give you our favorite 5 picks of the weekend. You want to start?
We're not going to do the Bears game?
Oh, did I miss that? Did I miss
the Bears game? Bears vs. Rams Monday night.
Oh, yeah, it's because of Monday night. That's why I don't have it here. What's the spread on that?
+5 for Bears.
Here you know I'm a Bears fan. Low-key a Bears fan, a closet Bears fan. I'll go with Bears plus 5.5.
I got Bears plus 5.5 on that too.
Yeah. So go give them your favorite 5.
All right, so these are the money makers right here. These are the ones where you don't want to miss these picks.
These are the ones that we are personally locking into. So
yeah, like we're riding with you, you know. Like
what we just went over, we're not gonna bet all those games because like some games you don't want to touch. Like why am I gonna touch Dallas versus Washington?
Atlanta versus Lions. Like that's just a bad game.
But
to
the
touch.
5-5 here, just know if you guys bet, we're gonna be riding with you. So
I got you guys here. Bills minus 13. They are gonna. This is a revenge game for them. They just got lost to the Chiefs. They lost to the Titans before that. They're hungry. Jets are the worst team in the NFL. 13 points. Hop on this quick because this is gonna go up very soon. They're just gonna dominate. From there, I got the Browns minus 3. Same thing. Teams don't lose back to back. Like when they lose back to back, it's not a good look.
That's good teams though.
Good teams don't lose back to back, right? So I think the Browns are a good team this year.
Low key.
Baker's gonna bounce back. That offense is gonna get it rolling. Bengals, I'm sorry, you're just the victim of like just being a young team, young quarterback. They're gonna have struggles. Browns are going to cover minus 3. Packers 3.5 over Texans. Texans, they played their best offensively against the Titans.
Deshaun Watson's last 3 games have been spectacular. He's been playing well.
He got better, but Packers, th're going to want their revenge. They're going to be coming with vengeance.
I think Aaron Jones is going to destroy them. Like I'm talking like
Aaron Jones,
yards.
like he might get 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like just bet Aaron Jones like 2 touchdowns like if you want to, because like. But Packers are covering the spread, minus 3.5. And then this is my favorite pick, to be honest. And it's 2 picks in one. So I have a Fab 4, but like this is like a 3 odds pick. Titans money line. They're the underdog. Don't take the points, the +2.
We don't want the points.
We don't want the points. We want the straight money right here. Titans money line and over 52. Combine that together. 52 for 2 good offenses. That's pretty low. And the Steelers secondaries are not that good. I get these are 2 good defenses at the same time, but look, 36 points. The Texans, 36 they scored.
36 on them.
They're both teams that you can score on these teams, but both teams can score very well as well. So 52 is a little bit lower number for me. I think it's gonna hop up to like 54. Hop in that early. Titans money line combined with over 3 odds, will be around there. That's gonna be the money maker for you guys this week.
Now with me, you guys know every week I'm coming with that can't lose parlay. The last one I gave you lost. I'm sorry about that. But this week I even brought something for you guys. You guys want to see something? I brought something for you guys. Where is it? I brought a lock. Because it is a lock. It is not losing. The can't lose parlay will not lose this week. For my can't lose parlay, I have Seahawks money line, Packers money line, Saints money line, and Chiefs money line. The can't lose will not lose. I promise you guys that.
Before you guys lock in that can't lose, just take your Cardinals. But everything else, yeah, keep running with that.
And for my five favorite picks of the week, Green Bay -3. I think a revenge game. They're gonna be pissed off after getting destroyed by Tampa. So I think they just come and destroy the Texans. Bills -13 because I'm probably gonna bet against the Jets every game. Every week I'm not even gonna look at this. I'm just gonna be like, oh, Jets played this game. Yeah, give me the other team. Then I have Pats -2.5. I just have a weird feeling about that game. Up until now, I will admit, 49ers haven't looked great, but they looked good against the Rams. But this is where you strike. This is how you make your money. When everyone's gonna be on the 49ers, watch. And I'm telling you, Patriots are gonna win. So Patriots -2.5. And I have Seattle -3 because I just think Seahawks are probably the best team in the NFL right now, other than the Ravens or the Chiefs, I guess. Definitely the best team in the NFC. So I'm just taking Seattle -3. And then I've been riding this bet all year. My favorite bet. Bears team total over 19.5. Ask this guy. I've been betting that every week. And it hasn't missed yet. The Bears, what kind of disrespect is this? When did the Rams become like the steel curtain? The Rams are gonna hold them to 20 points? Like I don't get it.
That's too low, especially for a primetime game. Primetime game overs did
with
miss.
Nick Foles.
These last couple games on Monday
But
night.
I don't even have the game over. I just have
yeah,
Bears.
No, Bears. I think they're winning too, so they're definitely scoring 20 points.
So yeah, Bears over 19.5. That's probably that might be my favorite pick of the week. But that's it for today. We'll see you guys next week on the next episode of Blue Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in.